Shortcant so fun and sublime. It's Sunday papers time.
Read all about it. Read
Oh,
all
low
about
energy.
it.
It's hot out here.
Sunday papers.
Yeah.
Every week, except for the weeks we don't tell you, and then you get sad, which we really feel bad about.
Could have almost happened this week if you weren't free today.
That's right. Or we could have gone back to recording on Saturdays. Oh, no, you'd be busy this Saturday. What are you doing? You're going away? Where are you going?
I'm on the road, bro.
With who?
I'm working this gig, the Emmys. Apparently, I'm the award show guy now. And Nate Bargatze is hosting.
Oh,
and
yeah.
He's
That's
never,
good.
he's super busy. So I'm actually going to join him and then our really good friend, Greg Garcia, on the road. So do you know Greg Garcia is playing an arena tonight?
Oh yeah, no, he opened for Nate all over Europe. He did shows in like Denmark and Amsterdam, and yeah.
How was he at your show Saturday?
He came out. I did a little pop-up show at the Comedy Store. I did an hour of new material and had a few openers, and Greg was one of them. And he came out, and it's almost like watching you where you get angry, like, fuck this guy. He doesn't do stand-up. Like, likable, sharp, good material. You just realize in stand-up how much good material means.
Right.
You know, like not taking away from your delivery because it's funny, but the jokes are so strong that the audience just responds immediately.
Right.
And he had good stuff. And he also, his guest list was outstanding. We had John, what's his name from Full House?
Stamos?
John Stamos was out there, and Martha Plimpton was out there.
Wow.
We love Martha Plimpton.
Yeah,
And
she was in one of his shows. You know, he's the creator of My Name is Earl and Raising Hope, I think it was.
But she said to me, I go, she came up and she's like, you were amazing. You were so great. And I said, thank you. She goes, you know me. I said, yeah, you're Matt Malloy's friend. And she said, oh, yeah, I'm good friends with Matt. But we met before that in New York a long time ago. And I totally blanked. I could not remember. And then I was reading her bio later, and it said that she dated River Phoenix for a long time. And I realized that's when I met her. She was with Anthony Clark and River Phoenix in New York, and we ran around to the clubs together and kind of hit it off, and then totally forgot about it until she said that to me. Yeah.
So Greg Garcia texts me, and he texts Nate and a bunch of us, and he's like, you better tell the police department, what did he say? He goes, oh, you better tell the police department that 14,000 people are going to be killed tomorrow night. You better warn them or something. And I go, yeah, or that there might be one death. Yeah.
That's great.
So doing that, and then they reserved, and you've done this, I've never done this, they reserved a bunk on the bus for me.
Oh, nice.
And we go from I don't know if this trip gets better or worse. We're in a bus from Baltimore to Columbus.
That's one night.
I'm in the weeds, right? And then there's 2 nights in Columbus. And then I'm going to do something interesting on the way home. I'm going to go see Oasis in Toronto.
Nice.
I've never been to Toronto. That's most of the draw. Like that pushed me over, in deciding. So I've never been to Toronto. So I have a day and a half, kind of a lot of some time on both sides of the night to see Toronto, and the tickets are so cheap there compared to the Rose Bowl here.
Well, you're going to have a lot of time to see Toronto because the brothers are going to fight and they're going to cancel the show. But have fun.
Maybe.
They got a shoe museum there. If you get a chance, go to the shoe museum in Toronto.
It's not the shoes from the Holocaust?
That's the Tooth Museum.
Oh.
They've got a whole row of museums, and one of them is a 3-story building devoted to shoes, like going back to Cro-Magnon Man, like the fur boots that go up your thighs,
Yeah.
to like glam rock, Iggy Pop, and fucking David Bowie's shoes, and it's a goof. You'll love it.
OJ's Bruno Maglia, whatever those shoes were, he
OJ's
wore.
Bruno Maglia. You've got Bruce Jenner's size 16 stilettos.
Okay.
Oh, I just dead named him.
Well, yeah, and the way you used it, I guess you did.
I can because he's from my town. He's from Tarrytown, New York. Well, that sounds fun, man. Have a blast.
Yeah, I'm psyched. Psyched to see Oasis. And then when I'm with, we'll save it for next week. But I'm really excited, and I'll just, at the end of the show, you asked me for a plug. I'm going to give it up top.
Okay.
Sierra Farrell, man, if you have not spent time, she only has 2 albums. One just came out this year. She's extraordinary.
Yeah, she's amazing. I got turned on to her about 2 years ago.
Look at you.
Well, it was by somebody who was very close to you.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, and Billy Strings plays with her and all that stuff.
Yeah. No,
No. And
she's
I've been listening to her, but I haven't had like the meditative, I'm going to listen to this album first track to last, you know?
She's also a badass. She's very outspoken about things.
Yep.
She's not one of these little fucking waifs. Not one of these little SNL pop stars that are models that got coached into acting by some fucking TikTok company.
Speaking of music, I'm almost finished with Billy Joel. Like, I have 10 more minutes, but like, man, 5 hours is a lot.
Well, I'll tell you, I don't want to spoil the last 10 minutes, but he does not redeem himself for his last 3 albums.
Really? Okay. Well,
now,
I also know there's a lack of, it wasn't the most artful documentary. It was very just chronological.
I actually disagree. What I disliked was the first 10 minutes are all the big moments in his career all smashed together, so that when you do start, I felt it was anticlimactic.
It was also a little all over the place, redundant, and really I couldn't get over his first wife and that breakup, and all the songs that we most love are about her, and she's the star of this thing in my book.
Yes, she's amazing, and she's a story of a woman who goes into an industry that's dominated by men, that's aggressive, and fucking goes toe-to-toe with them, having had no experience at all, and literally creates his career with him.
Oh, the best was the boardroom of everyone. I mean, I think it was Capitol or it doesn't matter, of the record label. And they sit there, they have the listening meeting, and they play The Stranger, and it dies. And they're like, well, there's no single on there. And she's like, there's a lot of singles on there.
Yeah.
And then they get in fights, and it became the best-selling album ever at that label.
Yeah.
Like, you want to understand how off executives can be?
Yep.
If it's not familiar, if they haven't already seen it, it's like Chinese to them.
Well, the other thing is it puts his career in context, where he really came up at a time when rock bands were big and loud, and it started to be very electronic. And he was kind of, I wouldn't call him a crooner, but he was a guy that almost was like the Standards type singer. And, a lot of Broadway musical influence to his singing, and it was just a guy and a fucking piano, you know?
And let me clarify. Clearly, it's not avant-garde. The Stranger is the furthest thing, which makes it more unbelievable. It just, that type of music wasn't in the zeitgeist, and it had a new sort of what I'll say is contextual appeal, maybe because it was nowhere at the time, and it was, like you're saying, it's sort of called back, to other type of the Great Songbook or whatever, and so they couldn't see it. They couldn't see a way that this would be wanted and appreciated. So that's
Meanwhile, he had already put out Piano Man three years before, and it got in the top. I don't know how it went way up the charts.
Yeah.
And also the thing that struck me as I listened to his music again, because I don't listen to it, when Billy Joel comes on the radio, I sometimes will pull a muscle getting my finger up to the radio in my car to change channels. But because I got sick of them. But I kind of revisited the songs, and but I realized like he's an Irish singer, even though he's Jewish. He sings like Piano Man is like an old saloon
thing, yeah.
Yeah. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. It's fucking, a lot of his music is that. It's really about the voice coming through and the lyrics coming through. There is not a single song that you have to rewind and go, I didn't catch the lyric on that. He's like, no, here's the fucking words.
Yeah. And, you know, I always really liked Vienna Waits for You, and I never had a guess of what it meant. And then it turns out it's, you know, not surprisingly, one of his most, if not his most, heartfelt song, because it's about his dad.
Yeah. And then
so
also,
anyway, see it. I don't think we've spoiled anything.
See it. You'll love it.
Except you don't have to pause and worry about, did I catch that? Because they'll say it again.
Yeah. Right. I have been obsessed. I was, you know, looking on Spotify for some Dylan that I haven't heard too many times. And I came across the Basement Tapes, and I realized I don't think I've listened to the Basement Tapes just because it's not something people talk about. And I've listened to it on a loop for the last 2 days. I'm obsessed. It's so pure and so simple and so fun. It's a funny album.
There were no stakes, zero stakes. They were in a basement in Big Pink in Woodstock.
So it's Bob Dylan, and it's the members of the band before they were the band. At this point, they had some other name.
Were they still the Hawks?
Yeah, the Nighthawks or something.
Well, it used to be Ronnie and the Hawks, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, and you got the sense that they would write a song, and then they'd walk down to the creek and jump in the water, and then they'd pet the dog, and then they'd write a few more songs. And, you know, it was just this lazy country feeling music that called back, you know, Hank Williams type sounds and lyrics. And what I don't like about it is some of the songs had been then released. They recorded it in 1967, but it didn't come out until 75 after Blood on the Tracks. But in the meantime, the band had released a bunch of the songs that was just them in an album called The Big Pink. Was that the
Songs
the
from Big Pink?
Yeah. So I would have rather just hear the Dylan songs without the band songs mixed throughout, because it's a 2-album collection.
Right. I think there's a bunch of it on the Before the Flood. So yeah, it's one of those, and I know people hate when we talk about music, but I think it's fair to say it's one of those. It's like a journal, and I view especially triple albums like that, but or big full double albums. Exile on Main Street, Sandinista for sure from The Clash.
Yeah.
I view the White Album as a little bit of like an artist's notebook. Like, here's an idea. I don't think I finished it, but here's an idea. And
what about Russ Never Sleeps with the kind of before and after of Neil Young with Crazy Horse?
You know, those you're going to find real gems in, you know.
All right, enough about music.
Sure.
I had a star sighting last night where I got introduced to a celebrity last night, and I did my usual thing where so many people meet famous. You're pretty good at this. You're pretty good at meeting a famous person and connecting with them, and they kind of remember you. I freeze up and don't do anything interesting and realize they'll never remember me. So I met Bill Hader last night.
Except Martha Plimpton.
I know. Good point. I think I used to be good at it. I was great at it, and now I'm not. But so Bill Hader came to the Comedy Store with I mean, it's open. I'm not sharing any secrets, but he's dating Ali Wong.
Yeah.
And so she was very nice. She went out of her way to bring him over and introduce him to me. And we chit chat a little bit, but I was really starstruck. I have to say, I'd never met him before, and he's one of my favorite SNL guys of all time. And then that democracy, what's that?
Documentary Now?
Documentary Now is one of the most fucking overlooked series of all time. It's so fucking brilliant. And then Barry. Like, there you go. Forget all the movies he's done where he's been amazing as like a second-tier character. He's the best.
He's great. He really is so talented. And I love him as a guest wherever he goes. He tells the best stories.
Yeah, he's got perfect recall. When he tells a story, there's so many details in it. And then he'll do the voice of the person in the story to a T.
Oh, my God, yeah. His stories, well, he did a lot of them on SNL, but he talks about all the hosts of the murder doc series of MSNBC, whatever that's called. And God damn it. Anyway, he does all of those, and he gets their little idiosyncrasies. Like, really? Like, just whatever it is, he gets all their idiosyncrasies. It's perfect.
Right. All right, let's get to it. The logo this week comes from Matt A. I don't know what A stands for. Artist?
Dateline. Go ahead.
So it is
Look at
Trump
us.
and Putin meeting in Alaska, except it's me and you.
That's pretty good artwork.
It's almost too good. It almost looks exactly like that.
It's way too good.
Yeah.
I'm ashamed.
I'm ashamed on many levels, yes. And then our song this week.
It's hard to see who should be more ashamed in this scenario.
We got a great song from Lily Grandmain.
I love that song.
Oh, my God. So good. I mean, that goes... I've got a folder of if we ever pick a permanent theme song, and that is solidly in that folder. Thank you, Lily.
That's
Corrections. I got about 57 to 63 of this email from people. You were off by a Dakota when talking about Sturgis. It's in South Dakota, not North Dakota. The nearby Black Hills are very beautiful. Sturgis, not so much. This is Dean Mayer from Moraga, California. He also pointed out that during the rally, approximately 3 million gallons of beer are estimated to be consumed. I mean, think about just on the sanitation, how much plumbing that is to get rid of that 3 million gallons.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how many are going to be. You know what is breaking beer records or bringing back the normal levels of beer consumption at concerts? Oasis.
Oh, I can see
They talk
that.
about the amount of beer sold at like a Taylor Swift show. It's like nothing. And then there's all these other shows that have been touring and like hardly any beer sales.
Yeah.
And then Oasis comes and forget about it.
Well, Bert Kreischer gets a cut
Yeah.
of beer sales at his shows.
Brilliant.
And I think he makes as much from the beer as he does from the ticket sales.
Good work. If you can get it.
And I heard that Kid Rock sells ice packs and bandages for the girlfriends. And makes
He also
a
shoots the
killing.
Bud Light. He also shoots the gay Bud Light out of your hand.
Yeah. Bob said 99.9% of people know the name is not Roosevelt. I guess I say Roosevelt. How do you say it?
I corrected you last week. Yeah, listen, I think technically you might have a defense, but almost as this person said, Roosevelt.
Rose, not Roosevelt.
You might technically be right. I don't know.
I think New Yorkers say Roosevelt, like Roosevelt Island. Nobody says Roosevelt Island.
I do.
And Sturgis is not in North Dakota. Okay, that's from Bob Pedersen. And then Bob also adds, thanks for using my hot dog logo artwork this past
Look at
week. You were asking who did it. It was me. I need to meet this Jane S. someday. She sounds like a great artist. Jane S. is, I'd say Bob is up there with Jane as our probably two biggest contributors to our podcast.
There you go.
Ron Dvorak said, Men's Warehouse, your dog is going to like the way you look. That's a submission for
That's
the comic.
perfect. Spoiler. Spoiler.
All right, hold on. I got to go
I
down the
love
script,
you
put it in the right
confidently
place.
reading a correction. And
Yeah.
it's not a correction.
All right, and now we're going to get to tour dates. Oh, boy, La Jolla Comedy Store, one of my favorite clubs of the country, August 29 through 31. That's Labor Day weekend. Denver Comedy Works, September 18th through 20. Connecticut at Comics on September 26th and 27th. Fairbanks, Alaska, Vegas, Chicago, New Orleans, San Francisco, Hasbro Heights, New Jersey, Cleveland, Atlanta. Go to fitzdog.com, get some tickets, come out and see this new hour. People are really gushing about it.
Nice.
Well, look, I work hard. I work very hard. You know who else works really
Speaking of hard.
Nice transition. Rocket RX, baby. You got the freedom to access clinically approved medication on your terms for a lower price than branded alternatives. Look, there's you go online, and these are pills that help your male power. Answer a quick online few questions. It's reviewed by the U.S. clinical team, and they'll decide which medication's best for you. It's affordable, competitive pricing. It shows up at your door in a package with a giant penis on it. No, it doesn't. It's a package nobody would know what it is.
Don't even joke about that.
They'd have no idea what it is. It's discreet.
Very discreet.
Look, there's a lot of people that are sensitive about whether they have erectile dysfunction. And look, it's 2025. The world is ending. And you're on your phone. People are not focused on their erections the way they should be. So maybe you need a little bit of help. That's fine. So
they all seem to focus on mine when I'm on the bus.
Look, when your partner says we got the house to ourselves, you actually feel ready. You know that moment.
You mean when I'm left alone? I do know that moment, and you're right. Comes right out.
There we go. So use code. You're going to go to rocketrx.com, and you're going to put in the code Sundays30. No, is it Papers 30?
Oh, good Lord.
It's Papers 30. Yeah. PAPERS, the number 30, and you're going to get yourself 30% off.
Nice.
You can't lose. Rocket RX. Support the... Look, folks, we don't do a lot of ads, so we believe in this one.
Yeah.
We use it. I use it.
It's discreet, bro.
Discreet.
I'm not going to tell you if I use it. It's discreet.
All right, let's get to this. A Texas man is on the front page.
Front page. Here we go. Oh, that's nice, crisp paper right there. Okay.
A Texas man is on the lam after kicking a pregnant woman in the stomach and causing her to miscarry.
We're not doing that.
All right, I'll just say this. Texas there's no abortions in Texas. So I say let this guy run free. This is a woman's only chance to choose.
So it's like a service. You'd call this guy?
He has an app, and he shows you his route, and you just get on the route.
And then he's running towards you, and he yells from about 12 feet away, "What trimester?" And then she goes, "I think it's," he's like, "Doesn't matter." Boom. Kicks her right in the stomach.
That's right. And it's free. He does it for the love of the sport.
Yeah.
All right. A bizarre, life-threatening tick-borne illness has made hundreds of residents of Martha's Vineyard allergic to red meat and dairy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, turning many of them into forced vegans. One slip-up can cause nasty, potentially life-threatening symptoms, including hives, stomach cramps, vomiting, and breathlessness, which often pop up several hours after the meal was eaten. In severe cases, anaphylactic shock.
Ooh.
To cater to the illness, grocery stores and restaurants on the island are selling more plant-based substitutes for ice cream, cheese, and meat.
Right. So you buy your vegetables and there's ticks hidden in them.
Right.
You can't win.
I think people on Martha's Vineyard are also allergic to estate tax and the Irish.
I just hope that they can sell some of this meat and dairy. Don't throw it out. Give it to Dershowitz.
Yes.
Alan Dershowitz made a scene demanding to be sold food on Martha's Vineyard. You know what? We got just the food for him.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a side of beef. Side of
He's
stinky beef.
He's a parasite. I wonder if it would even affect him.
He's probably hanging out with the ticks. He's got a lot in common with them.
By the way, wouldn't you be... I mean, these are the symptoms they know of. I mean, that's pretty big that a tick can do that. Like, I'd be so terrified of what else it's doing to me.
No, I miss summers on the East Coast, but I mean, if you look at the Eastern Seaboard from Vermont all the way down to Pennsylvania, it is deer tick. And it's no joke. My aunt got deer. My aunt or my aunt, Mike?
I say aunt. I think that's interesting. I wonder what, I guess most people say aunt.
So she got it, and she had it for years. Used to be on an IV drip every week and had caused a lot of other health issues. It's no joke, man.
Huh.
But, you know, but the real Vineyard residents haven't had meat or dairy since the 80s. So I think this is just their way of scaring meat-eating tourists off the island.
I like it. I like it.
Police have charged a Manhattan luxury real estate agent who has sold a number of the city's most desirable homes, some for tens of millions of dollars, with biting a 7-year-old girl in a tussle over a free T-shirt at a Hamptons concert. This is Sunday papers for the wealthy this week.
Yeah.
The suspect, 75-year-old Gail Bomsey, says she didn't do it. It was a free family-friendly Tuesday on Main Beach concert in the chic East Hampton last week. The woman punched and kicked other concert goers and bit a 7-year-old while trying to snag a free T-shirt. The report says that an event staffer tossed a T-shirt from a balcony, and then a woman was seen kicking and punching kids trying to get her hands on it. One little girl told cops that the woman, quote, grabbed her right arm and bit it.
Wow.
The bite broke the skin, leaving the youngster's arm bloody and swollen. So I guess the realtor took 6% off the girl's arm.
I'm not ruling out Dershowitz. I think the guy is lining up wherever things are being handed out. He'll take what he can get.
Yeah, I think like a tick, he takes a little bite out of you and then hopefully dies. I mean, I think the ticks die, so I don't know what happens to Dershowitz.
Now, do we really think a cutthroat, aggressive real estate agent would do this?
No, this is out of character.
Yeah,
These are good people.
Yeah.
Although your ex-girlfriend, who introduced me and my wife together, Sarah Fearon,
Sure.
is a Manhattan real estate agent, and she is one of the great people of all time.
Sarah's amazing. And how's real estate going?
It's good. Yeah, she's
I
got
guess
a cute
it always
place
goes. Down times or good times. It's always going.
Yeah, I got to talk. I got to put her in touch with Owen. Owen's looking for an apartment right now.
She'll have something nice in the $6-7 million range.
Exactly. Well, she does rentals as well as sales.
Oh, nice.
And I guess this woman has gotten a lot of calls from the adults at the party, but mostly just people that want to list their apartments with her. That was a real calling card.
Yeah.
Texas, here we go, back in Texas.
Yeah.
Cannot require public schools to display the 10 Commandments in every classroom, a judge said on Wednesday, in a temporary ruling against the state's new requirement. So there is a law in Texas that you must put the 10 Commandments up in every classroom, and this was an appeal. This is an injunction against it. which is temporary.
Yes.
A group of families from the school district say the requirement violates the First Amendment's protection for the separation of church and state and the right to free religious exercise. The only people doing religious exercise are those Muslims when they get on that yoga mat and do the down dog and the up dog.
Well, Tallarico, that guy I really like, he was very religious. He was on Rogan as well, but he very much values the separation. And if you can go on YouTube, you'll find him talking to the woman who's promoting the bill. And he just, it's like shooting fish in a barrel. And he talks about, don't you think Jesus would be against this? And then he quotes Jesus, where clearly he would be against this.
Yeah.
And then he goes, so I just want to be clear, then you are for a lack of this separation. So you would not be against in the same classroom some of the quoting of the Quran. And she's like, what? And she was just like, what? And of course, her tiny little skull couldn't even handle a suggestion like that.
Do you think if a Muslim woman is a bitch, you call her a Quran?
A Quran?
A Karen? A Quran? All right.
Meanwhile, I think it's going to get settled. Lawyers are like, fine. How about 5 commandments? Where are they going to settle? Maybe they'll settle at 4.
Well, I have a similar premise, which is it's the 10 Commandments, but it's Texas, so there's some exceptions. So thou shalt have no gods before me except Joe Rogan. Thou shalt not kill, except for Texas being the #1 state in executions by about 4 times as much as the second place state.
And the standing your ground killings, of course.
Thou shalt not steal, except for the Rio Grande from Mexico, which is
Rio Grande, yeah.
We're going to have to get audio corrections sent in so we know what the hell you're saying. Keep the Sabbath day holy, except beating the shit out of the other team's fans at the Cowboys games, which is every fucking week. Honor thy father and mother, accept mom's right to make decisions about her own body.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have 3 other ones, but I haven't thought of the jokes yet. I thought maybe you could help me.
Oh, Jesus, I'm on the spot?
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's goods.
Isn't it wife?
That's 2 separate ones.
Oh.
One of them is covet the wife. The other one is covet the goods.
Yeah, I don't got anything on that. I mean,
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, but we'll put up posters of the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders in every garage and locker room around the country, around the state.
Yeah.
Thou shalt not lie, except when you tell the people in Texas that.
Or when you're like, Dallas is good this year. Cowboys are good this year.
And you don't need vaccinations for your kids.
And we're #1. We're the Lone Star State. We're #1. We don't need to change anything. Our electricity grid's perfect.
And California's filled with libtards that are raping children.
And our politicians represent the whole state of Texas.
There we go. The rural Kentucky judge gunned down in his... Is this yours?
No.
No. The rural Kentucky judge gunned down in his own chambers last year, ran a twisted sex ring.
Oh, I saw that.
In which young women were coaxed into performing sexual favors. I think when they call it a favor, that doesn't sound like assault. It's a favor.
Yeah.
Hey, you do me a favor?
Right.
Suck my dick.
It was a favor. I mean, you shouldn't have to ask for favors, but I guess you can.
Right. I owe you a favor. So, coaxed into performing sexual favors just to get out of troubles, one of the alleged victims said. Taya Adams alleges she was among those caught up in Judge Kevin Mullen's apparent sex for favors scheme that saw him and others in the tiny town of Whitesburg demand sex in exchange for cash or to get offenders off the hook. Adams said Mullins, who was shot execution style in his Letcher County. Did you catch that? Letcher County chambers.
Nice.
Allegedly by his longtime sheriff pal Sean Steins last September.
Yeah, I saw the photo, man. It's like a dressed sheriff with the arm extended, unless that was like an AI image, like shooting him. Is there footage of it?
Really? Oh, I didn't know that.
That was in the photo that I saw, I think. In the doc, maybe you had a photo first of this? I don't know.
I don't know, but I'd like to see the judge in court going, I'd like to see the defendant in my chambers. And then you're all invited to the after party.
Lots of sidebar side hustles. He also got into the Madam Juror's box. I don't know if you heard about that. And
Don't say it.
You can do the last one.
No, that's best left out of the podcast.
I smell something good. Odor in the court.
There it is.
But I
Fired
cleaned it
from
up
the
a little
Emmys
bit.
before they even air. They're going to pull you off of Nate Bargatze's tour bus.
Well, it's time to bring your guns to D.C., everybody. The U.S. Attorney for Washington, D.C., Janine Pirro. What a gem. She's instructed prosecutors in her office not to seek felony charges for individuals who carry registered rifles and shotguns in Washington, D.C. Until now, D.C.'s law barring residents from carrying long guns, with only limited exceptions, had been used in several notable prosecutions, including the 2016 Pizzagate incident when an armed man stormed a local restaurant, and a 2019 case involving a shotgun attack in Northeast Washington. So, yeah, I don't think we should count Pizzagate because there were so many children in that basement that that's the place to storm with your guns. Other than the Capitol, that's the place to rush in with guns.
Right. And if you're going to rush into a pizza place, it can't be a handgun. You need a long rifle to really fucking blast everybody in the pizza place.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess they're allowing people with shotguns in, but the law is they have to be overweight and wearing a bright red baseball cap. It's a caveat. It's a caveat.
Easy to spot.
All right, let's do an ethical question.
You got it, Pally. Here we go.
It's the ethicist, this week's edition of the
I'm going to let you
ethicist.
choose. I'm going to let you choose because there's, I'm reading you the questions anyway. Okay. My relative insulted my trans fiance. Do I have to tolerate her intolerance? My neighbor gave my injured cat morphine. Can I blame her for his death? How do I tell my religious friend to stop inviting us to church? Those are your three.
I like the last one, the religious friend inviting you to church.
Okay. Although I see these invites as well-meaning, they make me deeply uncomfortable. Let's see, especially because I don't understand the intention. I have mentioned to her casually that we don't attend religious services or church, yet despite this, we still receive invites to their church events, given that I have a strong personal feeling against trying to convert others to any belief. Should I say something to her?
No, you got to look at yourself as like a double agent. You go in, you go, great, I'd love to come to your church, and then you get to know everybody, you get accepted, you start eating that communion wafer, which is not bad, by the way. You get a little bit of wine to get you through the service, and then at the Bible group, you start hitting them with the questions. Like, all right, I was reading the book. Just a couple quick questions for you, adults. Cognizant human beings in America. So there were two of each animal, and they got on a boat that was in a storm that somehow survived, and then they bred. Can you just elaborate on that a little bit?
Also, this all-loving God, he threatened to kill everyone, then was sort of talked out of it, and he spared two of every kind to get to your. So you can cover whichever part. The actual ark with the two of every kind, or the pretty hateful God that wanted to kill all of us. So whichever you want to start on.
And also, my daughter was raped, and in Elijah book 7, there's a rape, and the father is paid 40 shekels, and that was okay. I just don't know the conversion rate for my daughter. now.
And then sometimes to please this all-loving God, you have to sacrifice, and sometimes it's like your son. Is that next week? Do we do that? You kill your child for him, for his love.
Don't ask me to your fucking church. I'll go to a wedding there. I'll go. Even don't invite me to the bat mitzvah, because here's what it is. The bar mitzvah bat mitzvah is a pyramid scheme. It's your faith. It's your community. You take turns all going to one family's house and giving them fat checks of cash. You get that money, and then you give some of that money back to the next kid that has their bat mitzvah. Don't bring in outside funding, because my kid ain't getting the bar mitzvah money.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, I could have said some Israel jokes. We're not going to do that. There's a guy in my building here. So when I found this apartment in Santa Monica, a resident in this building acted as the agent for my owner, my landlord. Anyway, that guy was inviting me up to St. Monica's, where the Schwarzeneggers and the Kennedys and the Shrivers went. It's a famous church up in Santa Monica. Anyway, or well-known, I should say. And it didn't stop. So it was a retreat where you would go there and sleep. I'm gonna carefully word it. Sleep with men for a weekend retreat. Mm-hmm. It was like maybe 3 days, 2 nights, or 3 days, 3 nights. And I'm like, yeah, and I had something. So what I did to answer this question in the ethicist thing here is I just had a legitimate excuse. So I didn't have to do anything else. 2 more years of it.
Wow.
And finally he gave up, I guess.
Yeah.
And the third one might have been because when we were moving in, it's like, oh yeah, he's from the East Coast, blah blah blah. I think he might have gone to Fordham. I'm like, yeah, I got hit in Catholic school, and it kind of knocked the God out of me. I got to tell you, it definitely knocked organized Catholicism out of me. And he's like, yeah, no, I know. And I saying and whatever. It just was an invite to him to keep trying to get me back.
Yeah. Well, it's part of it. It's about spreading the word, bringing people in. That's why.
Not according to Jesus.
Well, I have heard, is that the way to describe it? My understanding is that a lot of the reason why the Christians are against abortion is because they want more fucking Christians. They don't want to shrink down. They want to build the army. That's what it's really about.
They should be more into fucking then.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, right? And they're not. At all.
Let's get to entertainment.
Okay, God, I ruined that. Entertainment, kid.
President Trump. I feel like this is a very partisan podcast, and our apologies to the people that are bearing with us if they don't have our political views, but we plow ahead. President Trump had tapped Tom Cruise as a recipient at this year's Kennedy Center Honors, but was rejected by Tom Cruise. The Mission Impossible star told the commander-in-chief that he couldn't accept the invitation to attend the gala at the Kennedy Center Opera House due to scheduling conflicts. Cruise would have led a star-studded list of honorees. You're going to laugh when you hear what they are. For this year's event, after he named Sylvester Stallone, rock band Kiss, disco singer Gloria Gaynor, British actor Michael Crawford, and country music star George Strait. Okay. All right. So Gene Simmons, accused of sexual assault. Sylvester Stallone, accused of raping a 16-year-old. And who the fuck is Michael Crawford? I had to research him online for like...
Who is that? I'm going to look him up now.
He's like some British guy who is like a theater actor that you've never seen in anything. Like, think about who the last Kennedy Center Award winners were,
Oh, Phantom of the Opera. That's why I don't know him.
Yeah, okay. More like Phantom of the Award.
What? If you're going to go British, I mean, Obama had Led Zeppelin.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, man.
All All right, where's Rosie O'Donnell has strong feelings about Netflix Biggest Loser docuseries. Have you seen this?
No, I didn't know there was a docuseries.
Yeah, I
on
guess
it.
they're talking about how abusive the show was and how it led to people. First of all, they all put the weight back on, and some of them were. I didn't see it, but apparently it was very destructive to their lives, and the producers really pushed it. After watching Fit for TV, the reality of The Biggest Loser, O'Donnell publicly called out Jay Leno for how he treated former contestant Tracy Yukich in the doc. Quote, Jay Leno is a mean asshole, she wrote on Instagram. Yukich recalled the time she went on Leno's late night show and he read her death threats that she had received.
What?
But here's the thing. Yeah, I guess she received death threats, and then Trump thought it'd be funny to read those on the air. But what they don't say is the death threats were from Hostess and Burger King after the loss in sales from the show.
Meanwhile, Biggest Losers in the news everywhere. That Jillian, what's her name? Is it Jillian Michaels?
Barbary?
No, Jillian Michaels was like a host, and I think she's the one, I believe I have this right, that just on like CNN said that she's sick of slavery being blamed on one race.
Yeah, that's
Whites.
a big thing now. That's a
Whites.
big argument.
And then and then put forward on a journalism show that that 1%, only 1% of white people own slaves. And I'm like, do you know how fast that statistic falls apart? It's unbelievable. So anyway, The Biggest Loser. It's a pretty fitting name.
Well, yeah. What's her name used to host Biggest Loser also. She's my good friend. I'm not remember Sabrina the Teenage
Oh,
Witch.
yeah, sure. Yeah.
Why are we forgetting her name?
Because I'm the worst with names. So are you.
I'm the worst. I was talking about her last night and saw her last week. Anyway, yeah, Jay Leno. Caroline Ray. So Leno is back doing sets at the Comedy Store where you make $50 for a set and a chance to develop new material and perhaps get seen by people that can help your struggling career. And this guy's taking time from the fucking show to trot out, dust off some material from the 60s.
Well, does he just come on Mulholland and then roll down the hill and just fall in the parking lot?
That's right.
You know his injury? Yeah.
Yeah. No, I shouldn't shit on him. He's a very nice guy. But I just feel like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Enough.
I'm with you. All right, time to make America Florida. Here we go. Florida man arrested after drone carrying drugs crashes into house. Homeowners called the authorities after they said a man showed up at their front door after crashing the drone into their home. Deputies responded and found the drone and multiple bags containing meth and fentanyl. The drone's owner, 49-year-old Jason Brooks, was taken into custody. Deputies encountered him outside the home as he was holding what appeared to be the drone's remote. The video shows a deputy inspecting the bag of drugs, including one that was marked "Share This." And I just picture that walking up like, can we have that remote, sir? He's like, well, it's very important. Like him not relinquishing the remote to the drone. And by the way, it would be great. It's like, well, we can wait it out. Like if the bags of drugs were still attached to the drone and they're just going to wait it out. Like I guess he would just fly it into Okeechobee or something like that.
But I love that he actually went up to the front door. It wasn't like a Home Alone scenario where like Pesci's climbing up the fucking the fence to the roof.
Yeah.
This is a scene from a movie. This is fantastic because are you kidding me? What easier way to get drugs across the border or to somebody's house than a drone? Because I'm pretty sure drones at this point you can drop a pin in a map and send the fucking drone to a house, right?
Oh, no, absolutely, within feet. But I wonder if that's what he was doing. It seems like an easier way to get caught.
Sounds like the drone was getting high on his own supply.
I mean, put it in a bag and just deliver it like your Postmates. I don't know.
Yeah.
And what about the family calling their insurance? Like, are we insured against fentanyl hitting our house? Because we are in Florida. I bet there is insurance. There's no insurance if your condos collapse on the beach or anywhere near the ocean, but there is insurance if your house gets hit with meth.
Yeah. The meth. What if it hits the chimney and it goes down and the family's just sitting in the living room watching TV? All of a sudden they're fucking cleaning the house for 3 days straight. They're emaciated. They won't shut up. They're like, what the fuck happened to our family?
Yeah. The fires here in L.A., the toxins were airborne. There, it's just fentanyl and meth are airborne after a little mishap. Okay, here we go. We're going to make America, Texas again. This is a Texas-heavy show. That's maybe why we're seeming so left-leaning or very left, I guess, here. But
let's do a show. I'm not kidding. Let's do a show next week from the point of view of the right. Let's do a Gutfeld Sunday Papers.
We can try. I might not make it next week, but okay.
What do you mean you might not make it next week?
Now that I hear this, it's not very inviting. Texas man shoots at teens in car after ding-dong ditch prank.
Oh, boy.
Around 10:50 p.m., police were dispatched to the location in response to a report from a person who said he fired shots at someone who attempted to kick down his door. During their investigation, police learned that suspect Damon Wolf, 58, left his home after hearing a loud bang on his door. He fired multiple rounds. So this guy runs outside, fired multiple rounds at a passing car because he thought the occupants were involved. It's a hunch. It's a hunch. Okay, but you have to hear how the authorities viewed this. So, quote, what started out as a prank, ding-dong ditching a house, turned into something that could have potentially had deadly consequences, Police Chief David Shilson said. We found the vehicle later in the evening, shortly after the incident. The kids did not want to report it because certainly they were out doing these pranks, and I don't think they realized the gravity of everything that had occurred. So he continues. These teens involved in this case are very fortunate they were not shot and killed or seriously injured. For homeowners, it is important to understand that there are legal and criminal consequences for running outside and shooting at a vehicle fleeing the scene. And this is why. Quote, the bullets fired in this offense could have easily struck neighbors' houses and had deadly consequences. Not the kids who are ditching, the doorknobs. I mean, come on.
Thou shalt not shoot your neighbor's wife.
Right. Exactly. So,
well, I can remember when I was a kid, we did a lot of this shit. We fucked up so many houses and cars, and we used to do a thing where you take a shit in a brown bag and then you put it on somebody's doorstep, you light it on fire, and then you knock on their door. And then they come out and they stomp out the fire and they get your shit all over their foot.
Right.
That's kind of fun stuff that we did on a Thursday night.
That should have shitting in bags. It was great in Tarrytown. It should have a name. It probably does. I don't know what it is. Tarrytown steamer.
Yeah, it's funny because the kid I used to do it with is now the fire chief in Tarrytown, and I'm not making that up.
Look at how much practice he got.
Two of my best friends, maybe my two best friends growing up in Tarrytown, who were maniacs like I was. We did crazy shit. One is the fire chief, and the other one is now a New York State Supreme Court judge.
Well, it's like the worst kids, remember, were the altar boys.
Yeah.
Having nothing to do with abuse or anything like that. It was just they had a family that forced that on them.
Yeah, they were always drinking the wine. I mean, that was the best part about being an altar boy.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't blessed yet. It wasn't blood yet. It was still wine. Now, when you drink it in church after it's been blessed, if you're Catholic, you literally, it's not metaphor, you literally believe you are drinking Jesus Christ, the human being from 2,000 years ago, you think you're drinking his blood and eating his body.
It's also those poor kids that to break the ice with the priest, you know?
Right.
Social lubricant.
Yeah.
And maybe more than social. All right, let's do this day in history.
Here we go. I feel hot this week.
All right, slim pickings. There's a lot of movie premieres, but I want a couple of days ahead here. Let's find our first one. So Michael Jackson was born on this day, give or take 4 years. When do you think Michael Jackson was born?
Well, the Jackson 5 were very big in, I'm going to say 1970. No, even earlier. I'm going to say 68.
You're really showing all work here. Okay.
He was only about 12. So I'm going to say he was born in 1955.
You did it, kid. 1958.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Katrina. Man, the photo I'm looking at, the whole neighborhood, the water is up to the roofs of every house. Katrina struck on this day in what year, give or take 3 years?
Was that the New Orleans one?
Yes.
2012.
Ooh, no, sir. 2005. Come on now, George Bush Jr.
Oh, right.
Okay, now, Netflix was founded by American entrepreneurs Reed Hastings and Mark Randolph. Originally a video rental company, it later expanded into video streaming and production. What year was Netflix founded? Give or take 3 years.
Oh, 3 years? Come on.
Give or take 5 years. You have a 10-year, 11-year window.
Okay, so Blockbuster was around first, and they launched around, I'm going to say 1985. Netflix put them out of business. I would say computers were around at that point. DVD players, DVD players came out in 96.
1997.
Thank you.
I guess it's not a 10-year window, really. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. No, I was trying to think, like, you can't go 6 years away from the date, so it's a little tricky. I'm playing around with the language there a little. Okay, so Brigham Young, American religious leader and second president of the Mormon Church, well, he died in Salt Lake City. Must have been a hot summer there, especially with all those wives. He died in Salt Lake City in Utah in what year? Give or take 30 years.
Well, it was Joe Smith. Wasn't Joe Smith the first guy?
Yeah.
And then Brigham Young was the second guy. I know they got kicked out of the East Coast and they made their way west. And it was still the Wild West. So I'm going to say 1850.
1877, you did it.
Thank you.
All right, now let me go up here and try to find some of these. Oh, well, do you know on this day in 1963, there was the Civil Rights March on Washington? And what happened today with all the, the militia in the street? It is 1963.
Thank you.
And Bob Dylan performed at it.
Oh, wow.
Sure did. I think only a pawn in their game, maybe, and I don't know if he did Chimes of Freedom. Okay, so let me
And Julia Roberts' parents were there.
We know that?
He used to stay at their house in Georgia back during the struggles.
Not Dylan. You're talking about MLK.
Oh, that's what I meant.
Yeah. All right, Mary Poppins.
I
have to find it. I did find it earlier. Mary Poppins came out on this date in what year? Give or take 5 years. And I got to find this fucking... Oh, I'll do a search.
All right, so it's Julie Andrews, who I believe is
Found
still
it.
alive.
I think she is too.
And so if she's alive, she's got to be late
So is Dick
80s.
Van Dyke.
So I'm going to say 1942, 52, 62, 1967.
You did it, kid. 1964.
Thank you.
Wow. And Dick Van Dyke from that movie.
Yeah.
Dick Van Dyke's British accent is that old now. All right, let's find a fun one to end on. You claim to know about Joan of Arc, but you then never do. Let's see. There was another movie premiere. Or, nope, we're going to end on sports. Former baseball player and manager Pete Rose was banned from the sport during the summer of what year, give or take 4 years?
1978.
89, kid. 89.
Oh, geez, he played till 89?
No, he was a manager, remember? And he was betting?
Oh. I thought you meant when he was playing. All right, yeah.
No, when he was
I didn't
banned.
listen hard enough to that one. I had a perfect score going into that.
Did you? Oh, I didn't even put
Yeah,
that
I did.
together.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the obituary. Here we go.
Let's do it.
All right, you put in, I love this guy, Terrence Stamp.
Terrence Stamp. He was in Superman, probably best known as the arch-villain General Zod in Superman 1 and 2. And then he came back as Jor-El on TV's Smallville. Oscar nominated for Billy Budd. Is that Herman Melville, Billy Budd?
Yeah, I think it is.
Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. Yeah, he was one of those quality actors that that drank a lot as well. He was one of those guys that was the last guy at the bar after, at the rap party.
Yeah, he just told a funny story that came across my feed, which was in Superman, and he does a very good Marlon Brando impression. And he goes, and Marlon Brando was at the stage in his career where he couldn't remember anything. And so there were, we would wear kind of cue cards, and then he had them off in the distance. So that's why he's always looking and he's deep in thought, about something. And he's watching it. So they're about to do a scene, and he sees Brando just work mumbling, and really working very a concerted effort at something. And he goes up, he's like, Marlon, what are you doing? He's like, well, and I'll spare you the Marlon Brando impression, but he's like, well, I have my back to my cheat sheets at the opening of the scene, and I just wanted to seem more natural as I'm talking as I turn around. And he goes, and I couldn't take it anymore. And so I said, Marlon, I go, how are you going to remember, Othello and Tennessee Williams and all these? And he just goes, I've already memorized those.
Oh, shit. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right, added to the obituary, sadly, is this judge that I've never seen his show, but I got to know him because I guess the algorithm figured out I really liked watching some of his cases. And it's Rhode Island Judge Frank Caprio. And he had a TV show called Caught in Providence. He was this old Italian judge, and he always took a interest in what really seemed like open and shut cases of people not paying parking tickets and all these kind of civil things in Providence. And so he's been called America's nicest judge, but he told a story, and it's sad because he himself posted the day he died asking for prayers because he goes, I believe in prayers. And he goes, and I think your prayers helped me. He got pancreatic cancer, and he lived 1.5 years longer than he was supposed to. And I guess a lot of people found him during that. Anyway, he told this interesting story of it was his first day being a judge, and he invited his dad, who he said was the most decent man he's ever known. And this woman came in, and I forget what the case was, but she couldn't pay something. And he's like, well, listen, why don't we help you out? And there's support through city programs and this. She's like, yeah, but then I'm just going to get that, and I can't even pay all of it, and then I can't pay the next one. And he's like, right, and he tried one more time. And he tried one more time, and then she's like, no. And she was kind of indignant. And she's like, no, it doesn't matter, blah, 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 blah. And anyway, he then just defaulted to the law, and she had to pay and was fined. And when I think it was about you're going to get extra fines, it's like, well, I can't pay those either. So anyway, at the end of the day, he goes to his dad, how do you think I did? And like, especially with that woman, like I was really pretty thorough in trying everything. And he's like, but you like fined her. And he's like, what? He's like, couldn't you see, because he goes, yeah, but she was defiant and she was being kind of rude. And and the dad goes to him, but couldn't you see how scared she was? And that's why she was being that way. She was terrified. Mm-hmm. And he never again reacted to a plaintiff like that, or a defendant,
right,
I should say.
Right.
He never again acted that way to a defendant.
Well, Providence is probably the most corrupt city in America, so he was a beacon of hope. I mean, it was really bad. Did you ever listen to that podcast called?
Yeah.
What was it called? They did it on a few different cities, but the first one was about Providence, about that very famous mayor who was elected and then went to jail, then got out of jail.
It wasn't Rizzo, was it?
Yeah, it was Rizzo. No, Rizzo was the Philadelphia
Philly?
guy. Yeah. No, this was I can't remember his name, but great fucking podcast.
Yeah.
I wish I could think of it because everybody should listen to it if you're looking for a good podcast. Something Town, Crime Town or something. I think it's called Crime Town.
Okay, I'm looking it up right now.
Anyway, I had a funny story about a Rhode
Crime
Island.
Town, buddy.
What is it?
Crime Town.
Oh, there we go. There's I got arrested for fighting in Providence one night, and
Buddy
at a bar.
Cianci?
Yes, that's who it is. I got arrested for fighting at a bar, and so I had to go to court like a month later, and I was back in school, and I told my friend that I had to go to this trial, and his father was a DA in Providence, and he
Was
made
it small claims court because both of you were so small?
You're saying both of you like there was only one guy that I was fighting.
Oh, sorry. You was
And
a clown car?
And I go down there, and my friend had called his father, the DA, and I walked up to the bench, and he just fucking nodded. He didn't wink, but he nodded, and they just they let me go.
It's just like you with TSA and
Yep.
global entry.
Yep.
Oh, my God.
He actually,
With
the
your
judge
criminal
looked
record.
at me, and he goes, "Fitz dog?"
Oh, boy.
I had this
Dismissed.
guy. I was at Gold's Gym yesterday, and nobody talks to me at Gold's Gym. And I've been there for 7 years, and literally nobody, because I'm small and they're all giant. Like Schwarzenegger works out there, Robert Kennedy Jr. in fucking with no shirt works out there, and so nobody says hi to me. And so I'm up on the mats stretching, and then this guy looks up and he goes, "Fitz dog?" And I go, and I have my earphones in. I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "Big fan, man. I just moved to LA and you're my first star sighting." And I went, "Nice to see you." And I put my earplug back in, and then I just started stretching again. And I realized how rude I was, because normally I'm like, "Where are you from? Welcome to town," like that. But I'm in such a space there of rejection that I couldn't even accept that somebody was going to have a conversation with me.
And then he interrupts you and he's like, yeah, that's my mat. That's my mat that you're doing your stretches on.
Wait, you don't stretch?
Well, I don't know if I'd stretch at Gold's Gym. It's
Well,
probably
there's
why people aren't talking to you.
No, there's an area upstairs where nobody can see you. It's like the
the
room
ladies'
of
room.
shame. Yeah, it's actually where you do see the hottest women in impossible stretches. I spent a lot of time up there.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's cheer up.
Funnies, here we go.
All right, as you know, week in and week out, we do the comedy caption contest. I give you one frame of a comic. You then write a funny punchline. You email it in to fitzdogradio@gmail.com. We collect. We pick the best. We read them on air. Mike and I then pick a winner who receives a free Sunday Papers koozie mailed directly to your house within 1 calendar year. And last week's comic it's very simple. A man is walking in the door in a suit with a briefcase. His dog begins humping his leg. The guy is kind of looking down like not happy about it. Dog's got a smile on his face. Here are the contributions. I'm going to say little disappointed this week, people.
Huh.
Not your best work. For a comic that I think lends itself to a lot of comedic possibilities. Sean Johnson said, at least wait for me to put the peanut butter on. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Matt in Peoria said, I get dogged at work and at home. Rough life. RUFF life.
That's horrible, Matt.
Ron Dvorak said, Men's Warehouse, your dog is going to like the way you look. A lot.
Okay. That was a correction earlier, but okay.
Kurt said, I've got to switch back to the Ocean Breeze detergent. This dog pussy scent isn't working out.
It's a female dog that's humping his leg.
How do you know?
In the joke. Oh,
Oh.
no. It smells like dog pussy.
Yeah.
I got you.
Unless it's a lesbian dog.
No, right. You're right.
I mean,
No.
Ellen-
I thought it was what he smelled like after the humping. Yeah, I got it, Kurt.
Sean said, another day, another dollar, and another cum shot on my ankle.
Yeah, he backed into the rule of threes, I guess, and just found something that had a 1 and a 2.
Yep.
Okay.
Mike
You win
Fritz,
some, you lose some, and you get a cum shot on your ankle some.
Yeah. Mike Fritz said, is it hump day already?
Okay.
Ed Farrell said, the rarely seen dog hump / pocket pool combo. Guy's got his hand in his pocket.
He does, yeah. That is rarely seen.
Harold Vanusi said, that reminds me, I need to fuck the babysitter.
Okay. I mean, he just threw out the rules, but that's the one that made me laugh.
What do you mean I threw out the rules?
No, that guy, like, it's kind of not commenting on the picture, really. Like, it's not trying to be clever with the picture.
Yeah, I like it.
But he brought in this, with nothing pointing to it, this guy is a cheater and possible rapist.
Yeah.
Whoops. Did I just get us off the algorithm?
No, I already said worse earlier.
So what do podcasts do? They say the word grape?
Oh, right.
I think they do.
Next week, we're going to do an all-clean Republican podcast. It's going to be our lowest-rated podcast ever. The winner is Harold. I can't tell how
Republicans
he
love
spells
grapes.
it. VANUS, and it looks like III. So I
You better
don't
be in
know.
this country, Harold.
That's
I'm
what
not
I was
shipping
gonna say.
international.
There's no Middle Eastern winners on this show. Next
Middle
week's,
Eastern, that looks like Eastern European.
everything east of New Jersey is Eastern Middle East to me. Next week, all right, let's see what we can do. Take a little time. Go deep, people. There's a man in his boxer shorts, and that's it. He is spread-eagled on a bed. He is tied, spread-eagled to the four-poster bed, the four-poster bread. He's got a kind of a look on his face like hopefully expectant, I would say. His head's on the pillow. He's on his back. He's looking up sort of towards the door.
His eyes are wide, but there's a little hint of a smile.
There's a little Mona Lisa smile, and his clothes are all on the floor next to the bed. So go to town with that. Send it in to fitzdogradio@gmail.com. Please put your name directly underneath your joke submission, and we'll see what happens.
And Harold's just going to say, waiting for the babysitter.
Yep.
Yep.
Hager the Horrible.
Oh,
And
the
man,
grapist. The
he is
grapist.
horrible. He really is horrible. He is sitting down on a log, and Lucky has on an apron and a spoon in his hand, and he's clearly cooking over the fire. And he goes, I accidentally served psychedelic mushrooms last night. And Hager goes, I know. When I ate them, the trees spoke to me. And Lucky says, what wisdom did you hear? Hager goes, chew with your mouth closed.
Okay.
Now there's no rape. There's nothing horrible. I
Grape,
just thought it was.
grape.
I thought it was kind of interesting though that he's doing a magic mushrooms joke in the Sunday papers. Like, Mom, what are magic mushrooms?
Yeah.
What's psilocybin? All right, don't quit on me, Mike. I know you got to go to a birthday party, but don't check out.
The psilocybin. I got no. You're right. It's a bit of a
It's
put it
like
this way. That's bad. That's better than the usual fare with this grapist.
Yes, it's true. Although you don't want to see marauding Vikings also on drugs. That's really bad for the maidens.
Yeah.
The handmaidens. Now we get to the Lockhorns.
It's graping, and pillaging and dancing.
Yep. The Grateful Dead. Now we got the Lockhorns. Loretta is coming in to serve. Leroy's got a friend over. And so, okay, they're sitting there. Leroy's got his fork and knife up. The guy's putting his napkin on. So clearly, and she's serving. So clearly, there's not even a fucking chair for her, if you notice.
Yeah.
It's just her serving the two men.
And
then he's got the balls to fucking insult her. He goes, here comes Loretta with the soup de jeer.
There you go. Nice wordplay.
Little wordplay. Next one is Leroy's in a hospital bed. There's a doctor standing there. Loretta's sitting down. A nurse walks away who's got an ass like a fucking bombshell.
Okay, I didn't even see that.
She's smoking hot. And Leroy goes, it's nice to finally get a decent meal. What?
Did he eat her butt?
What does that mean? Decent meal.
All right.
It's like his wife
he
is
just
sitting
because
right
it's
there.
hospital. Well, that's quite an insult if hospital food is better.
Yeah.
But maybe he's just really into how it was served.
Yeah, he was.
Okay, here's BC.
Okay.
BC walks up to a rock, and it's Peter's health insurance. It's kind of like a desk. And so BC's like, so how does this work? And Peter goes, you pay me a monthly fee that increases yearly. And the middle one's like, then if you get sick, I'll cover the cost of your care. And you see him laughing. And he goes, sorry, I can never get through that last part without laughing.
That's good.
Yeah, very contemporary in a way.
Yep. Speaking of contemporary, here's a man who's really right out of the 1950s mindset of a husband. Him and Herb are sitting on the couch facing the TV. Their two wives stand behind them. And I got to say, Herb, for a guy who makes Dagwood look like fucking Timothy Chalamet, has a wife who is not as hot as Blondie, obviously. But, I mean, look at the second frame. Look at the rack on her.
She's cut.
And so Blondie says Tootsie, and her name is Tootsie. So she knows she takes it in the dumper.
Oh,
Tootsie and I are going shopping. Is there anything you boys want while we're out? Dagwood, nah, we're fine. Not, thank you, that's really nice of you. Nah, we're fine. And she goes, okay, suit yourself. And now the third frame is the two fucking losers on the couch. And he goes, shoot, I didn't even know I wanted a cheeseburger until they left. Herb goes, you'd better text them. Suddenly I'm starving.
yeah. Also, Herb, did she take it in the dumper? With a name like that?
Oh, what hellscape have these two women gotten themselves into? What fucking suburban, just, it's like some kind of a hell. They must have been teachers that slept with 15-year-old boys in their previous life. And now they're forced to be married to these two zeros for the rest of their lives in hell.
I guess. Well, I mean, hopefully they never come back.
I would put those women in heaven, giving a couple 15-year-olds some handies in your car in the back parking lot.
Wait, what's that have to do with heaven?
That those women that do that for a 15-year-old boy, they should get sent straight to heaven.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah.
All right, Mike, I'm gonna let you go.
We did it. No, what do you mean? We're pulling across the finish line, running on E.
All right, listen, give your daughter my love and tell her I said happy birthday.
You got it, pal.
On her third party of the week.
And I'll come back with reports of Baltimore, home of the Wire, and then Columbus, home of the something else, and then Toronto, which is going to be home of the Oasis concert when I end The Museum of Shoes.
The Museum of Shoes for every healthy American foot fetishist. All right, don't forget, folks, the show is on every week. Tell your friends, spread the word. Sunday Papers, it's free with an ad once in a while. Don't forget, I will be at the La Jolla Comedy Store August 29 through 31. Mike, you already did your plug earlier.
I already did it.
So we'll just tell people, check out the Basement Tapes from Bob Dylan in the meantime. All right, we'll talk to you guys soon.
Take it easy.
Take it easy.
Need my Sunday papers each week. The world is marred and tragic. I'm a radical Libby, like Fitz and Gibby. They make life très magnifique. Greg and Mike leave me weak in the knees. I'm thrilled when they rant and tease. Gibby hates Philly, Fitz facts are silly. Sunday papers will always please. Sunday papers is fantastic. I live for this time of week. A podcast so fun and sublime. It's Sunday papers time. Greg and Mike leave me weak in the knees. I'm thrilled when they rant and tease. Gibby hates Philly, Fitz facts are silly. Sunday papers will always please. Sunday papers is fantastic. I live for this time of week. A podcast so fun and sublime. It's Sunday papers time. Gotta have my Sunday papers each week. The world is marred and tragic. A podcast so fun and sublime. It's Sunday